In this video, I want to show you how to use C++ strings. I'm going to primarily stick with new school strings, the string type, but I will touch on historic strings of pointers and char arrays. So historically, we go back in the bad old days, we would create a string like this. This is a character array, and this particular string would be immutable, and you would parse the string by searching through the string for an invisible \0, which was the string terminator. You could also use a pointer to create a string. Etc. But this was kind of a pain in the butt, and modern C++ got rid of this and replaced it with a mutable string object. Mutable meaning changeable. So I can much easier say this. Now, while C is included in this using namespace std, I do recommend you pound include string. You'll get a lot more benefit out of it. You'll get some member functions that are really helpful. Basic strings are ifable. So run that for a moment. I get highly back because it's the same. If I make this say Bob and run this, it doesn't say hi Bob. So you can compare them with equal. You don't need special comparator functions like we did in Java. Also know that strings are arrays. Here, now it became an annoying yellow and black insect. Since they're arrays, you can parse them like arrays. You can walk through them like arrays, just like we did in Java and in JavaScript, where you can use for loop to walk through them. But strings also give you a lot of power. I'm going to comment these out. They allow concatenation. So I can concatenate with the plus sign. Pretty standard in programming environments. Remember, put the space in there. I can also search through the string. I can do replacements through the string. I can do a number of things in the string. So let's build a sentence. And I'll steal from the Gettysburg Address. So that string is there. Now suppose I want to search the string and find the word years. Years will be in a particular position in that string. I'll create a variable called pause, short for position. Here's position 21. Let's replace that. What do you think? Instead of 407 years ago, let's make it decades. So let's see what happens when I do the following. Okay. Now this is another built-in member function. Erase does exactly what you expect it erases, and I picked 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what this will do, this will take years, get rid of years, and add decades in its place. Very different speech. That's a lot longer. 4 decades. It's 800 years, if I'm doing that math right. Let's say it's the lifespan of a fly. 4 seconds ago, so it's a little bit less, a little bit over a minute at that point. But you see, I can search through and find things. I can also go through and replace individual values. Like I'm going to start to lead speak this. I'm going to change all these O's to zeros. So let's replace all these O's with zeros. An old way was to use a while loop to walk through the loop and keep finding the character you wish to replace. And that works. But I've pound-included algorithm, which is really awesome library for C++. And the algorithm library includes many things, including a replace function for strings. So I'm going to get rid of the letter O, lowercase o, with the 0. And from the algorithm class, I can do replace sentence.begin, which is just that, it's the beginning of the sentence, the end of the sentence, algorithm works because this is used in what's known as an iterator. Begin is just exactly that. It's the beginning of this particular string. End is the end of this string. Walk through it, find those values. Clearly works. Now, if you don't like new school, here's the old school way to do it. You basically have to keep looping as long as you keep finding them. Notice I'm searching characters. This says keep looping as long as you're finding an E in the string. End pauses no position is essentially what that says. Two different replace functions. This one works in the whole string. This one works character by character off of the string itself. There we go. 7 looks pretty cool with 3s there. Many more tricks you can play with string simply by typing sentence dot. You get a drop-down box and start to see what you can do. This is simply RTF, right? Read the freaking screen. Substr allows you to replace portions of the string, or rather pull out parts of the string. Swap allows you to change it. You already did replace. You'll use substr if you want to pull out like the first 5 characters in a string. Something like this. We find the first space in the sentence. This should find the space here. Substr wants the size where to start. Let's see what we get. So I get everything after 4. So let's modify substr. Let's start at position 0 and go to space pause. It says start at the beginning, go to space pause characters. See what we got back. We got back everything after the first word. So now if I rewrite that, I get the first word. So substr had 2 uses. One was number of characters to get from the beginning to the end, which was just 1 number. And then the 2 numbers is this beginning part and how far to go. Last cool trick. A common programming game is to reverse something. Since it's so common, someone's already coded it. So again, that algorithm that we pound included has a reverse function. Again, we use these iterators, pass it in the reverse, in just in case it's not obvious when it prints out. It looks like code. All right, so that is using C++ strings in a nutshell. Remember, simply sentence dot will give you a list. And if you want to find more about the algorithm class, just Google it. You'll see all the cool stuff that's included in the algorithm. All right, thank you.